Hey there folks, my name is Brandon Cavanaugh, and I'd like to welcome you to the first post-National Signing Day edition of 5-Step Drop for 2015. And wouldn't you know, the questions today are about recruiting. That's right, recruiting never ends, and that's why I always encourage people to kind of get into it if they've got the blahs, because football's over. Football recruiting never ends, so it's always worth taking a dip into. So since we're getting into recruiting, I've got two great questions, and they might be questions that immediately come to mind, so let's see what people have for me today. So yes, obvious but informative. Matt Anderson wants to know the obligatory signee most likely to contribute as a true freshman, aside from long snapper Jordan Ober, and that's not necessarily the case. There are some good walk-ons out there who may one-up Ober, but we'll assume that is the case. And then David Simpson wants to know the sleeper of the class. In terms of the guy that stuck out who absolutely, positively will play as a true freshman, I was actually kind of torn to just give one answer, so I'll give two. My 1B is cornerback Eric Lee, who came in out of Colorado, the top player of the state, brought in by Charlton Warren, only second to Avery Anderson, who was the second best player in the state. But Eric Lee, he's in a situation at cornerback where there actually is some decent depth. Guys like Byerson Cockrell kind of came on the last minute, looked very good. There's Daniel Davey, there's Jonathan Rose, and Charles Jackson all out in front as upperclassmen, and even younger guys like Joshua Kalu did a very good job last year. But I think Eric Lee can come out and give all of them a run for their money when it comes to their starting positions. And we got to remember, under Mike Riley and Charlton Warren, everybody gets a fresh start. I think if anybody can go out there and hang and at least get some minutes early on, I think it's Eric Lee. He's got the potential, all the potential in the world, to find himself with a starting spot come the end of the year. So who's 1A? Well, first, let's think about the roster. What is the thinnest spot? Well, it's linebacker. And the reason I say linebacker is, well, let's see. Who are the guys on there that aren't freshmen in general? Let's say we've got David Santos, we've got Michael Rose-Ivy, we've got Josh Banderas, and Terrell Newby, who is primarily used as a pass specialist. That's it. That's it. So, obviously, a freshman is going to have to come out, and obviously, there's going to be someone to show up the rest. My name for you, good sir or madam, is Daedric Young. He comes in 6'1", 215. He's got plenty of speed, can hit well. I really think Coach Bray can get a guy like this, like everybody, but especially a guy like this, to form tackle properly. And with the defense that Coach Banker wants to run, where everything's clogged up in the middle and then causes everything to be drawn to the edge, this is a guy that I think can play either Sam or Will, strong side or weak side, and take care of business there. The other thing about these two guys that makes me love them so much, both early enrollees, they know the playbook a lot more than the guys that are coming in already. They've been there. They're doing S&C. They've met Mark Phillip. They're doing his thing. My sleeper is Antonio Reed because of his versatility and what can be done with him. First, when Willie Sykes decided to go ahead and decommit, go to Arkansas, Reed was a great backup plan, and not even so much of a backup plan. He has the opportunity to play defensive back or linebacker. I think we'll probably see him at linebacker first, but he's got a solid frame. Not even quarterback, but safety. Pardon me, safety. He's got a great frame for both. Again, we're looking a little similar to Young, not necessarily as polished, a little more raw, but a guy that again could come up. These are between Young and Reed, two guys that will likely get plenty of experience early on against these scrubs of South Alabama and Southern Miss. And then, of course, in the spring game, you'll probably see plenty of them too. So thanks, Matt and David, for sending those in. If you happen to have any questions about the recruiting season, how it ended, why it ended the way it did, be sure to leave those in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe so you can come back and check the pulse of Husker Nation, whether it's about recruiting or what's going to happen here. I guarantee there's going to be plenty of activity going on as Coach Riley continues to mold things into his own image. And do check out this video on his offensive makeover and the return of the black shirts before you move on today. For now, take care, stay safe, and go Big Red.